I know this may seem crazy, but I finally got the typical entrepreneur setup, which is the good old whiteboard. I don't know why I did this. I think it was because I saw like literally everyone using this on their videos, and it seemed pretty, simple and yeah, just simple and interesting. Yeah, interesting, the word. I forgot the word. So yeah, I got the whiteboard, but for an important reason. Actually, it was lying in my, storeroom. So yeah, that is not the point. The point for today's video is children. Please. Okay. The point for today's video is not about a one topic. It's about our life. The most important part about our life, that is going to be hitting our goals. So today I'm going to break down my goals, which is going to be really embarrassing. But yeah, I'm going to share the whole journey of, the my goals and where am I in my journey. I'm really lacking behind my goals. So yeah, I'm going to share that. So let's just get started. Let me grab some markers. So yeah. So first of all, man, I'm still laughing. So first of all, these were my goals at the starting of this year. If you don't know, I'm on a challenge called Fit Triple P that was made by me. It is original. So I'm on a 1,000 day challenge to transform my brain, body, and bank completely. So the goal for this year was to fix my brain, in like increase my focus time to at least 6 hours and solve my anger issues that was related to the problems related to my brain. The reason for this is that last year I was like fully, I would say, zoned out of my, work. I was lost in my work, lost in content creation and business space. I was feeling demotivated and all that stuff. I know you may have also gone through that phase or maybe even going right now. So yeah, this was my situation at the last year. I was, having a lot of frustration and a lot of anger issues because of that. So yeah, my goal was to increase my focus time to at least 6 hours and solve my anger issues. And the progress report is pretty good, I would say, because most of the parts are solved now. I don't get angry as much as I, used to get at the last year. And my focus time is also pretty good. We are around like 5 hours because I start working from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. Then I take a break for like eating my breakfast. And then from like 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I'm like zoned in completely into my work. So yeah, I would say the brain part is doing fine. The chances of hitting my goal at the end of this year is pretty good because I'm already at 5 hours and my anger is also solved. The next point is body. The goal was to lose 10 kilos and see my abs. This was also the goal at the starting of the last year, but I couldn't make it because I was, not disciplined as much as I am today right now. So yeah, I was at, I would say, 89 or 88 kilos at the starting of this year, and I'm now at 85. So yeah, not a, I would say much progress, but the point is I want to lose 10 kilos of fat. So I'm also going to the gym, consistently from the starting of this year. Not really consistently, but yeah, more than ever. So I'm also gaining some muscle, not some, but I'm also getting a good amount of muscle. So losing losing fat and gaining muscle can, kind of maintain your weight. So I'm in that phase of body recomposition. So I can see that I'm losing some fat and gaining some muscle. So yeah, it is also, I would say, good, but to see my abs, I need to be at least 12% body fat. And I would say by just looking at me, I would say I'm currently at 20%. Yeah, that's my just my wild guess. So to see my abs, I need to be at least 12% body fat. So to do that, I'll share with you what I'm going to do. But yeah, this is like okays. The progress is okays. But coming to the most important bank part, this part is red. As you can see, I've also, because I had the markers and I was excited just like a kid. So I also, colored red, blue, and green. This is completely fine. This is okay, and this is in the red zone. So the goal was to hit $10,000 per month by the end of this year, and we are currently at, this is like really embarrassing, but we are at $74.32. $74.32. That is the report for the June part this month. So actually, it was like the biggest month. So don't assume that I have, earned more in any month. I would say the things started to work in like May when my one video went kind of viral. The reason why I'm focusing on that video is because that is the exactly the kind of video that I want to go viral. If you know me, you already know that I have gained like more than 100 million views in the past. But the videos which get views, the kind of audience that watches that matters more than anything else. So it doesn't matter if 10 you are getting 10 million views on a single video, if all of them are kind of teenagers and who just want cheap dopamine and just want quick results and doesn't do anything real in their life, then you are never going to make money out of them, because they are not just serious. They just want the cheap dopamine. They just want to get light in their face. That is the reality. So yeah, that was my audience last year. But now I'm focusing on, like, typically I would say I'm going to explain it really in detail just in 5 minutes. So yeah, give me the time. So yeah, the goal was to hit 10K per month. We are at $74.32. Why I'm saying like that, we are at $75. So yeah, in the June part. So let's I forgot to say that we are in panic mode right now because I am lagging way behind my goals. As you can see, $10,000 and $75. There's a like very big gap in between them. So yeah, as you can see, we are going to in panic mode, and these are the things that I'm going to do in the next 6 months to make sure to hit my goals. First of all, I'm redefining and revising the basics. What I mean by that is, last year I took I invested in a lot of programs around personal branding and content creation. So one thing that I noticed is that I was actually doing the program this week, because I have edited all my videos, and I have like a week of, I would say, content already scheduled. So that is why I'm creating this video, because I have time, plenty of time. So I just decided, why not just revisit the program that I've already purchased, because I'm literally broke now. I cannot buy any of the programs, but I have they are like the assets that I've bought. So what I'm noticing is that the way I learned the program last year was like completely different. The way I'm seeing the programs this year or right now is completely different, because I was way behind my journey last year. I was not the guy I am last year. So I have developed a lot more than last year. So I can look at the program and go like, man, this just doesn't made any sense last year, and this is now like this is just obvious. Or like, I am learning way more than last year, because I don't know, it's just that I have kind of changed or evolved. So yeah, that is the thing. I'm redefining and revising the basics. So I'm doing the programs and I'm learning all over again everything, the basics of personal branding and content creation. And then for that, the first thing, and this is for content creation, we are coming to the body and the bank part later parts of the video. So the first thing that I'm going to do is defining my dream customer or follower or avatar, whatever you want to say. So I would say my biggest mistake till now as a person who create content is I was just posting randomly. I wouldn't say it was my like mistake, because I have learned through that a lot. But obviously, the number one thing that you need to keep in mind while building a personal brand is you need to talk to only one person, and that is, let me explain. So last year I was posting content randomly, but now I'm defining my dream customer and follower, who will be me, but in other worlds. What I mean by that is, the truth is, you can only help yourself, because you know yourself, you know your struggles, you know your fears, you know your desires more than anyone else. You know yourself, right? So your dream customer or your dream followers is going to be you, but in other worlds. What I mean by that is that, for example, my dream customer is A. What the hell happened to it? Yeah. A. In scenario A, he has, completed engineering. So if you don't know me, 3 years back, I was pursuing engineering because I didn't know what to do in my life. I knew that there was a better path from this, but I was too scared, and I was told by everyone, I was told by the society actually, to like, this is the only path that you need to go, or otherwise you will be like in trouble. The first dream follower is someone who has completed, is like me, who has completed engineering and is now doing a job that he hates. Like if I, imagine myself, if nothing would have happened to me, like leukemia and all that stuff, and I haven't taken the risk to do this, where would be I? You can do the same thing with yourself if the situations went completely different, if like you were in another world, just like that. So if I was to do engineering and get a job, then I completely know that from my experience that I would completely hate it, and I would still go down this path. But I know I have a job, so the things might be different, but still it is me, and the goals are like pretty simple. This guy still likes bodybuilding, this guy still likes content creation, this guy still likes, I would say, obsesses over content creation and building his business online, because he knows that there is a better path uh, rather than the like job, because he is me. And the second is, if I was in that job and I quit that job, then what would happen? So quit job. So I know that I'm really crazy. So if I would quit that job, then what would be my situation? And this exercise is going to be really, in detail, and it's like really big. So you need to do it yourself. I have done it. Like, this is not the way I have done it. I have written a full note about their, who they are. And you really have to be delusional in this, because you are creating an avatar for yourself, and you won't believe how many people are just like them. This is the biggest thing that I've learned in the program that I'm talking about. You need to be like so delusional, and you must go like, man, is there people like them? And the answer is yes, there are millions and millions of people like them, because the population is too big. So there is a like really, really high chance that my story or your story will be like really, really simple, really, really similar. Go through this. If you're doing it for yourself, write down what would be your life look like in another world. Write down their deepest fears, desires, struggles, and create content around them. If you want me to like create a whole video on this dream customer and dream followers thing, and how to create content around them, let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to create a video on that. So yeah, this is just a simple example, because I have a full Notion pages written on their like lives. The second point is learning from the data. So I have posted more than 400, I would say 10 videos, and I have experimented a lot. If you haven't seen my last video, go and please watch it. You'll know what I'm talking about. So I've experimented a lot with my content creation journey. So now I'm going to learn from all the data and all the, I would say, the content that I've posted, and also the content that I'm seeing online. And like, this is related. Creator's eye. Creator's eye is the eyes that you open while consuming content, and not brain rotting, but learning from the content that you see online. So I'm already trying this, but still I would say I get consumed into the brain rot mode whenever I open Instagram. Instead of like learning why this content is working, I'm going to like simply just doom scrolling for hours. So yeah, I'm trying to control this, and I'm trying to use my creator's eye as much as I can, because at the end of the day, if you are a content creator, if you are in this field, you need to learn from the content and just not watch like everyone else, because you are not like everyone else. You are a creator, and you need to learn from other content creators or other content simply. So yeah, creator's eye and content change. I'm like changing my content. I'll explain it here. So before that, I want you to just share with you a really good quote. So yeah, learn to build, learn to sell. If you can do both, you'll be unstoppable. This was a quote by Naval Ravikant, and you won't believe me, but when I had cancer and when I started my journey, the first podcast that I watched was with Naval Ravikant, and what was it? I forgot the name. Fuck, I blanked out. I watched Ravikant's, man, what was his name? Joe? Yeah, I watched the Joe Rogan's podcast with Naval Ravikant, and that was my first podcast that opened my brains that fuck, this is possible. The dreams that I saw, the dreams that I imagined, the outcomes that I imagine are possible. And one quote from that podcast that I've written down in my notebook from like almost 3 years back is this: learn to build, learn to sell. If you can do both, you'll be unstoppable. So how you can, I would say, transform into the fields of ours is that content creation. If you can create content, and if you can build products, and if you can sell them through your content or through your like Instagram page, you'll be unstoppable. And that is how businesses on Instagram are created. They have learned to build and they have learned to sell. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. Now, coming to the content part, like how am I, changing my content? So first thing is first, I am stopping my experimentation process. This is like the biggest, I would say, decision that I've taken till now in my journey, because I am just obsessed with experimenting with my content creation. I just cannot, I would say, create one type of content and just make around about that. But yeah, I'm going to finally do that because I have done the experimentations, and I know that there's a time when you have to stop something, and there is a time when you have to do things according to the algorithm, because at the end of the day, you are building your business and you have to sacrifice some things for that. So I am completely, stopping the experimentation and posting what works or what have worked in the past in my page. As I said before, learning from the data, the contents that I've worked, I'm going to post only that. So I'm stopping the experimentation, changing the editing styles and changing all the stuff and all that. And yeah, the second point is authenticity. I'm going to share about my personal life more. These videos you can, I would say, expect more from me and more on Instagram, because at the end of the day, I'm building these all are from the program that I have revisited. So yeah, I forgot about all of this, like from building my personal brand. You go so deep into the whole of chasing views and likes and engagement that you forgot that what is the long-term game of this. So yeah, I'll be sharing more of my personal life and showing up on content creation authentically. Yeah, I said that. So yeah, sharing more authenticity content that would be relatable, as I said, to my ideal avatars. Only for avatars. As I said, I'm not going to no more try to please everyone or try to create content for everyone else. I've done that in the past, and that is the biggest mistake that you can do for your personal brand, is to create content to please everyone. This is not going to happen. You can't please everyone in this world. If you are liked by everyone, you are the most fakest person alive. That is the quote that I heard somewhere. But yeah, that is so true. You need to just target your ideal avatar. You just need to create content that will target yourself. As I said, yourself or your target avatars in another words. In another worlds. So yeah, I will only create content for my ideal avatars right now. So, and I'm going to create more why content. So I think I watched this on Tom Young's video. So he talks about the how and why content. So the how content is good. Like it will give you views. I mean, the tutorials, as you can see in the past of my channel, all the tutorials get a lot of views and a lot of engagement. Even on Instagram, as you might have seen how to do this effect, it will get a lot of views and a lot of engagement, but it won't bring you sales, or it won't like truly engage your audience into your brand, because you are just a tutorial. If you look at your videos by yourself, by your audience eyes, for example, I'm scrolling and I see a video where a guy like me is talking, here's how you can do this amazing effect. I'll be like, yeah, that's really good. Like the video, save the video. And maybe even very, very rare that somebody will open Instagram like videos and then go to their laptop and do the effect, and then will be like, yo, this is really good, this guy is really amazing, and then follow him and then go and see what products he has to offer and then buy. That is not going to happen. Even if it happens, it is like literally 1% of the time, because creating how to content is just replaceable. You are going to be replaced by someone who is going to create more how to content, or more like interesting how to contents. So yeah, that is the thing. But if you create a why content that is shifting the mindset of your audience, then you will be more like interesting and more valuable to your follower or your customer. The reason I am talking about Tom Young's is because I haven't seen much of his videos, but the videos that I see, talks about the why content and like shifts my beliefs from like something to something else. And that is why I'm talking about it, and that is why he is, made an impression on my like brain, and that is why I'm talking about him and not the guy who creates how to content. How to content are replaceable, and why content are memorable, are the content which will leave an impression on your audience. And again, this is a crucial part about personal brand, because the why contents are like kind of controversial, because if you are shifting beliefs of your audience, then there's a high chance that some part of your audience, or like majority part of your audience, majority part of the viewers, not your audience, but majority part of the viewers will not agree with you. Like for example, if I'm telling you this, create why content, I'm going to create why content more than the how content, many of you would not be would not agree with this. And that is the most important part about a personal brand. You need to attract only them and repel everyone else. So yeah, this is exactly why these people will feel so connected to you, because you are talking exactly like them, you have same beliefs like them. One more thing that I say a lot is that health is my number one priority, and I don't, I would say, respect the ones who say that I work 12 hours, 16 hours a day and just don't care about my health because it is my working time. I'm fully locked in. I don't really give a fuck about them. I am like, you are just fucking up your health, because I know I have seen the worst of my health. I had cancer. So yeah, health is still like my number one priority in my life and nothing else. All these thing, content creation and all that money thing comes after that, because I know what is the importance of my health in my life. And you can completely like ignore my advice or go against it. You must be like, money is really important. That is your thinking. I'm completely fine by that. My thinking is that health is my number one priority, and I'm going to stick with it no matter what. And the cool part is, some of you right here would be like, I'm saying the right thing, and you will be aligned, because you are my target audience, or you are just like me in another world. So yeah, that is the like masterclass of personal brand. That is how personal brand works. You need to piss a lot of people, and you need to attract your right people. Or I would say, you need to attract your right people and piss off a lot of other people. That is how you are going to create a magnetic personal brand. So yeah, that is the thing. Now for the business part. So I'm thinking about this. I'm not pretty sure if I will do this or not, but yeah, for the business part, I'm thinking to do two things. First of all, build a inner circle of community, again for my bros, I would say, because they all are me in another words. So build a community or inner circle for them, because again, from the Tom Young's video, I watched his one video on YouTube. He's a really great guy. So he was talking about content flywheel. Funnels are dead and something is improving, and we are entering the content flywheel thing. So his funnel is like, it works like he creates content, and then it drives them into their private community, and then private community has his paid programs, and after that upselling and all that. So from free to free, but I would say close. So they are more close to Tom Young's, and then we got paid, and then I would say high ticket. This is like in really simple words what content flywheels work, how content flywheel looks like. And the funnel is simply just a funnel is, this is your content. Or so my iPhone storage was just got full, so the recording stopped in between. I almost completed the whole thing, and then I was like, yo, is it really recording? Then my iPhone just said fuck off. So yeah, man, this is so frustrating and struggling at the same time, but no worries, I'll get a camera. When I hit this mark, $10,000 a month, I'll get a camera. So yeah, it's not that bad. So I was explaining the funnels. So basically a funnel is this. First is your content, which is going to be Instagram in our case. Second will be your lead magnet, or the free stuff that you promote. Yeah, just understand this. And the third thing is going to be your paid product, or low ticket product, and the final thing is going to be your high ticket product, just like here. So the problem with this old funnels, as it was. So the problem with these old funnels is that people come here, consume your content, get your lead magnet, and then just go away with it. What we are supposed to do in this case is like create content, promote your lead magnet, and take their email, and then promote your paid products through that. But most of the time this doesn't work because people just don't know you, and don't know you, I would say, really well. Because the problem is that people will, most of the time people are just literally interested in your lead magnet. They don't have to do anything with you or your personal brand. So they just take your lead magnet and just tada bye bye. And I'm not saying that they are like, all of them are like that, but sometimes people just forget about this, forget that they saw a video of you. They just didn't had enough interactions with you to make them care. That thing changes here in the flywheel. So what happens is here that people will consume your content, join your community to get that lead magnet, and when they join your community, you are literally, this is literally like trapping them, but still when they join your community, they are inside your community. They are like literally closer to you. Instead of just giving them the lead magnet, they are inside your community, and then they will get the lead magnet, and your community must have, your community have some free value also, so they'll consume that also. And then if they like the free value and the free lead magnet, then they are going to get the paid product, which is already inside the community. So even if they get the lead magnet and like just go away or just forget about you, it is different in the community. Because most of the time what happens is that people just forget to leave the community, and that is all good. Because you are they are inside your community, you can literally interact with them any time of the day or any time you want. They are literally inside your group, just like WhatsApp, one message away. Instead of this lead magnet thing, almost I would say owned. But yeah, it is really easy to promote your paid product and high ticket product. So that is why this thing works. And the second thing I'm thinking is to launch a course. As I said, I've already explained this, but yeah, no worries. No anger issues. I have solved every anger issue. I'm thinking to launch a course on video editing, the clean video editing style that is going, I would say, on my Instagram. I'm getting a lot of messages for that, how to create editing style just like you. I'm also getting, for the first time in my life, teach me video editing, and I'm also getting some work requests. So yeah, that is why I'm thinking to launch a course. And this is not going to be some high ticket course. This is going to be $49 that I'm thinking to launch at. And I'm also going to include some bonuses here. That is what I'm thinking. If you are interested, even if like 1%, then you can comment, then I'll know that I really need to create this. And the second point why I'm creating this is that most of the product, except for the Fit Triple B, the Notion template, most of my products are like, I would say, not that impactful. So what I mean by that is your every product does this. They take your customers from point A to point B. So on point A, your customers has problems, and on point B, you have solutions. No, this is the solution, and this is your customer's dream outcome. So this is basically what like every product does for your customers. So the thing with the presets and hooks pack is that, so I'm solving a time related and visual related problem. So if you think that you are spending a lot of time in editing, or editing is taking up a lot of time from your work, and you are not able to do the other important things, then you can grab my presets and hooks pack, and it will solve your time thing and also increase your visuals. But still, as you can hear from that, it is not that impactful, even though I would argue that time is the most important thing, but for many people it is not that big thing. So the course, on the other hand, is just like really impactful, because people who don't know video editing or want to upskill their video editing will have problems in their video editing. They don't know video editing for just an instant, they don't know, or they just want to upskill that will help them get good clients. So in this case, this will be more impactful. So yeah, that is why I'm thinking to create a course. These are the two things that I'm thinking to do with my business, and you can comment it down. What are your thoughts about this? two other parts, the brain part. As I've already said, the brain is like okay, but there are still some problems. First off, I'm doing the Wim Hof breathing. I'm trying to do it every single day, but again, I'm not able to do it every single day. Sometimes, yeah, it's just my laziness. So the second thing is I'm trying to do the night meditations. I don't know what is happening, but like from the last 2 months, I'm finding it hard to sleep at night. Like every single idea and every single thing is coming to my brain. My brain is just full of, I would say, thoughts at night, and I just really can't sleep at night. So I'm trying to fix that by doing some night meditations. And also, I don't know how this thing happened, but last year I had a really good habit of reading books every single day, but I don't know how it just got destroyed. So I'm also trying to do this again. And for the body part, as you can see, morning workout. This is the one thing that I'm trying to do, because if I want to go to 10-12% body fat, then I have to do some morning workouts. I still eat what my mom cooks, and if I say to my mom that I want to do dieting and all that, she will just not accept it. I have tried that in the past, and it just gets into a really bad fight. So I have said that okay, I'll eat what my mom cooks, but I have to burn more calories. So yeah, I'm trying to do morning workouts, but still, if I fix the night sleep thing, if I can sleep at night peacefully, then I can do the morning workout, basically work out 2 times a day. So yeah, and the last thing is 2 big meals plus 1 small meal. So the biggest meal of my day is at breakfast, which is at 12 p.m. So it is my oats recipe, the oats and protein shake. This is not a cooking video, but yeah. And then lunch at 4 p.m. and then one small meal at night. So yeah, I'm going to cut this small meal to smaller parts, like make this smaller and smaller as I'm reaching the cutting phase, or the end of this year. So yeah, that is my plan. I'm going to trick my mom. So yeah, cut this to smaller, make this smaller and smaller. Yeah. Now the last thing is going to be these 2 laws. I know there are people who are in the same boat as me, who are struggling in their life just like me. Not really struggling, because I don't really like the word, because I think we are all alive and we are really, really lucky for that. 1 in 400 trillion. So yeah, we are just chasing our bonuses right here. So yeah, that's a really good word, chasing our bonuses. So for you, I know that many people are there who are just like me, chasing their bonuses. So yeah, there are 2 laws that I really, that were really relatable to me. So the first thing is Dunning-Kruger's effect. This is like literally more knowledge is equal to less knowledge. So what this law says is that the more you learn about something, you feel like the less you know about that thing. The reason why this is so relatable is because the last year when I started my personal branding and creating my business, I was like, yo, just I know everything and I'm really confident about this, just let's go. So but now what is happening, that as I know more and more about content creation and more about business, my confidence just drops. Like my confidence is dropping. But it is also this effect, it is also the imposter syndrome, you would say, because the more you know about a topic, the more complex it gets, and the more you think it is harder, and the more you think it is harder to reach, or the more impossible. But yeah, that is the thing. But after knowing that this is just a effect of your brain, created by your brain, the illusion created by your brain, you are just doing fine. It is not that hard, it is simple. But yeah, due to this effect, you are feeling like it is hard. Not the last, but the second law is Parkinson's law. Work is done according to the allotted time, or work expands to the time allotted. That is the law. It's like the deadline thing, which I have included in. Oh, I didn't mention that all of this, I would say 80% of this are managed by my template. That I was saying that I have like 3 or 4 products, and one of them is this impactful, or I would say more impactful than the course that I'm going to create, because the Fit Triple B Notion template is a game changer. You won't believe how much my life has managed or feel simple after creating a template, because I used like many templates before, but they were just too complex for my dummy brain, to be completely honest. I couldn't understand, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Most of the things just don't relate to me. So for that, I just created a fit triple B, like exactly for, I would say, me or my dream customer follower. If you want to improve your brain, body, and bank and track your progress, the Fit Triple B Notion template is for you. It is for literally for $10. You can check it out. The link will be in the description. So I would say 80% of all this are managed by that template. So one of the most important, I would say, pages in there is the deadlines according to the Parkinson's law. So there was this article about Elon Musk, working hours. His team says that they receive like impossible deadlines on their task. The task that takes months, they are given a week's deadline. So it is all according to the Parkinson's law. If you think you'll let's just take a video editing example. If you think you can edit a video in 4 hours, it will take you exactly 4 hours for creating that video. If you think that you can create that video in 1 hour, it will take you 1 hour. You can set up a timer and you can just track your time and just do that thing. I've tried it myself and it just feels impossible. The first thing that I started doing this was for creating my products, or I'm also going to do this for my course. But yeah, I was like, I have to create a single product in a month's time. And the Fit Triple B is a great example, because I literally created that template in like 8 days. At the end of May, I was like, let's just, I was falling way behind my goals, as you can see. So I was like, let's just track progress, because if I cannot track the progress, then how would I know that how can I reach my goals? So I was like, let's just create an unbeatable Fit Triple B template. So I started creating that, and my goal was to end it before the June. So in 8 days, I finally created that, even though I didn't know how to use Notion at that time. That is why work is done according to the time allotted. That simply means deadline. So you need to give massive deadlines to your work. As you can see, these all have, these all are based on some deadlines. The 6 months time is our deadline. But we have to achieve this in the next 6 months. That is deadline. If I hadn't had any deadlines, and my goal was just make $10,000 just like in any time, it will take a really long time. But we have this Parkinson's law and we have our deadline. And even if you don't hit the deadline, because many times the results are not in our hand, actions are only in our hand. But even if you don't hit the deadline, or even if you don't hit the goal on your deadlines, the results will be much better than the normal time frame, because the deadlines create literally lights up a fire under your ass. So yeah, that is the magic about deadlines. So that was it for this video. I hope this was helpful, because I have literally just I don't know what I've done, but if you get some value, please like this video. And if you want to see more like this, more insights from what I'm doing, what are my mistakes, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. My iPhone storage is again about to die. Yeah, let's just achieve our goals. See you in the next one. Till then, keep creating.